Right. So we continue talking about statement of comprehensive income, and right now we will look at questions like from question 3 or section 3, part 3, which is always on finance, related to the statement of comprehensive income. So here we go, figure 4, statement of comprehensive income for a Japanese company called Nintendo. Our revenue, which is price times quantity sold, cost of sales, which is raw material, gross profit, which is revenue less cost of sales, then other operating expenses and operating profit. So step by step. A. Define the term revenue. 1 mark. Revenue can be defined as price per unit times quantity sold. That's it. Question B. Outline one reason why high levels of profit may be important to Nintendo. 2 marks. You can get one mark for showing your knowledge about profit and how profit can be used, and one more mark for relating your answer to Nintendo. It could be like this. High level of profit means that Nintendo has high retained profit, and this retained profit could be as it could be used as a cheap source of finance to reinvest into further expansion of the company and into research and development of new computer games and game consoles. That's it. C. Calculate to 2 decimal places Nintendo's operating profit margin. You're advised to show you're working. So you don't have to show the formula. If you want, please do, but you will not be awarded extra marks for this. You have to show you're working, plus you have to get the correct answer. 1 mark for the working, 1 mark for the correct answer. Operating profit margin is calculated as operating profit divided by cost of sales. So we take operating profit, we divide it by cost of sales times 100%, and our answer is going to be 9.42%. So it's going to be like 47,532 divided by 504. Sorry for my handwriting. Like 459 times 100%. 9.42%. So it's very important to show you're working, and it's very important to keep your answer to 2 decimal places, 1, 2, and to remember that this is percent. Next one. Yeah, so here you can put it on pause and look at the mark scheme provided by exam makers for examiners. The trickiest one, analyze how the information in the statement of comprehensive income could be used by Nintendo. Okay, so here, take your time, try to remember different benefits of statement of comprehensive income. As for me, I would talk about cost analysis. As for you, you can talk about investment decisions or comparison or basis for future forecast, but I prefer cost analysis. Then, have a look at this statement of comprehensive income once again. Try to think whether there's anything which could be done for Nintendo. By the way, I would say the expenses are too big. Like when it comes to gross profit is okay, but operating profit is too small because of high expenses. And then you try your best to produce a good piece of writing. This is how it can look like. The information in the statement of comprehensive income could be used for cost analysis. Nintendo can calculate the gross profit margin and operating profit margin to understand whether it has to cut down on cost of sales or whether it has to cut down on expenses. In our case, expenses definitely. By getting more accurate information of merchandise like raw material for game consoles and expenses like rent insurance, Nintendo will be able to boost efficiency and operating profit. When the operating profit margin of Nintendo is higher, than the operating margin of competitors, Nintendo will be able to lower prices, attracting new customers and gaining more market share. Now, we can have a look at the mark scheme provided by examiners. So these are some ideas which can be used. Like, for example, you may say that Nintendo will be able to see how much it has spent on manufacturing consoles and games, like which is cost of sales. Therefore, Nintendo may be able to see if it's manufacturing games and consoles at the lowest average total cost and whether there is any inefficiency within its factories. Also, it can use it to calculate its operating profit margin on its games and consoles, and this will enable Nintendo to see if it's making a large enough operating profit margin compared to rivals such as Sony and Microsoft, allowing it to alter its pricing strategies. These are just some ideas provided by examiners. Of course, like you can't read their mind, right? And you can't simply copy it from the mark scheme in real life. So it's really up to you. Just think about the benefits of the statement of comprehensive income. Think about Nintendo and look at this real statement of comprehensive income and try to analyze. So this is how it works. Okay, so we are done with this exam part. And we are fully done with statement of comprehensive income.